This is the second video for part 111, element of public administration. So let me just get right into it. So this video I'll be talking about the duties of a chief executive, yes, and also the qualities of a good administrator. So for the qualities of a good administrator, you're looking at someone that is modest, someone that is tactical, someone that has good sense of humor, someone that has good sense of judgment, tenacity, person that is considerate, and what catholicity. So secondly, you're looking at somebody that can function, definitely somebody that can act as a liaison between the company and the individuals. Yeah, somebody that is reasonable, that is simple. That is the quality of a chief administrator, not a chief executive. So there are dynamisms between chief administrator and the chief executive, because if you say that this person is a chief administrator, he also must possess some unique qualities that might be linked towards calling him a chief executive. So that is it. So although they share the same synopsis, they share the same attribute, but they are going towards different directions, because somebody that possesses a sense of judgment might not actually be a qualified chief executive. That is where leadership styles and traits comes in. So, but I'll not bore you with those details. So, because I want to talk about chief executive only. So, a chief executive is somebody that is in charge of every organizational work. Every organization has chief executive in their administrative what principles or in their administrative what works. So, for example, your dad is in charge of the family business. He orders, he directs, he controls, he finances, he attributes, he integrates, what he plans. That is just the basic functions of a chief executive. So for chief executive, you're looking at somebody that is in charge, somebody that has the power to allocate functions, somebody that has the power to attribute, somebody that has the power to integrate, to plan. Not just the planning aspect, he can also organize. Not just the organizing now, he can also direct, he can also coordinate. Yes, he also what manipulates people. That is it. For public administrators, we have the power to manipulate. Just know that one. You can manipulate minds. All these things you see happening around, there's what we call I think lawyers will call it cross examination. You know what cross examination is all about? Trying to say something and you say the same thing in reverse. That is, they'll ask you a question indirectly and you try to answer that question back in full sense. So we have the power to do that thing, because political science and law kind of share the same attributes, and it's all what for the public administration is all about. We are everywhere, so you have the power to manipulate. So you can be a lawyer. So as a public administrator or as a chief administrator, you should have a good sense of humor, have a good sense of discipline, have a gradual knowledge about everything literally. So going into the chief executive now, sorry I had to diverge there. I just every opportunity to just display my skills as a public administrator. I know they miss out. Like I always take chances on it. So please, I'm sorry. Um I was talking about chief executive. God. So for a chief executive, you're looking at somebody that is in charge, somebody that knows what he's doing in every organization. Yes, so he directs, he controls, he coordinates, he directs everything that is happening within the organization. So he has the power to employ, he has the power to place, he has the power to recruit employees literally. So social scientists has been able to carry out some research. I think it was in 1937 by one literal scholar. I think his name was Gulick or something. So he was saying that there are 7 fundamental things that a chief executive should be able to do in every organization. So, and by this thing, there was an acronym that was spelled out for it. I think it was post decode, no post decode, POSD, then CORD. That is a post decode. That is it. So for this post decode, it's literally trying to spell out that these are the fundamental duties of a chief executive. Yes. So for a chief executive, he must be able to plan. That is for the P. He must be able to organize. That is for the O. He must be able to staff. That is for the X. He must be able to what? To direct. That is for the D. Then for the CO, he must be able to coordinate. Then for the R, he must be able to accept reports. Then for the B, it must be able to what to prepare budgets. So that is post a call. So these are seven fundamental what duties of chief executive, but I would like to just touch a little bit on them separately. So as we help you understand more about it. So for P, which is for planning, planning is just a detailed, scheduled line of action, understand, with optimum the resources which are needed to achieve a desired what objective with limited what resources. So there are basically types of planning. I wouldn't expose all of them. You can just look them online. We have strategic planning, we have intermediate planning, we have long-term planning, we have short-term planning, we have different type of. We also have operational planning. So for I think for strategic planning is trying to identify weakness and opportunities, threat as well as opportunities that are fundamental to the what organization. So for the intermediate planning, you're looking at planning that is trying to bring about effectiveness to strategic planning. That is, the planning is between 1 to 3 years, and this plan is well formulated. That is going to help build up that what strategic what planning. So that is all about planning. You can look up the rest online. It's just there for you to do. So for the X, which is talking about normal, sorry, not X, the O now, it's talking about organizing. Organizing is just trying to help you to establish organizational structure with what independent human what resources so that is what you want organizing. Organizing, you have to place things in where they are, you have to place people to the right position, you have to know the right thing to do at the right time. You're trying to literally tell them that this is what this should look like. You're trying to get them to what to improve. That is for the organizing. Then as for the X, which is for the staffing is trying to use a technique that is going to help to employ the best applicant, the best workforce that are fundamental to the organization. Forget that I'm using this kind of English to explain it, but it's not done like this. But I want you to understand it first of all. It's not how I'm talking about it, is how it should be, but I just want you to understand it. So if you're writing it in your own term, just know that for the staffing, you are looking at employing a strong workforce, somebody that is capable of delivering. That is it. So for the D, directing, this is talking about motivating, talking about leading, communicating, continuous decision making. That is it. You have to direct people to work towards a desired objective in the organization. So that is for the D. Then for the coordinating, this is trying to synchronize to unify results. That is effort of group of persons into a concerted objective because they pursue similar or the same goal. That is for the coordinating. Then as for the reporting, this is the daily follow up of activities that are submitted to supervisors by his junior staff. So that is for the reporting. You can look up the rest about reporting online. Then for budgeting is literally self-explanatory, but I just throw out a little point on it. So budgeting is trying to talk about you know the scheduled, prepared, considered budgets that are needed for effective running of the organization by the year end. So it's trying to identify those factors of production that the organization should consider buying that are fundamental to them as in terms of going into their productive aspect, or in terms of trying to improve their marginal productivity. So that is all about it on chief executive. I won't bore you on more with the details. This is all on chapter 5 of this textbook. I didn't even introduce itself. So this is the textbook. So I didn't even show you guys. I'm sorry about that. So you can go online, look up every other thing about chief executive. It's on chapter 5 of this textbook. So if you have anything on part 111 on your textbook, just sorry, not on your textbook. Sorry, I'm crazy, right? Sorry. So if you have anything on part 111, any textbook at all that talks about public administration, that is for like this, you can just look anything on chief executive. Believe me, it's simple, it's self-explanatory. So please, if you've not been seeing my videos, or if you've been seeing my videos and you've not been watching them, what did I do to you? I have no followers on my page. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not, but please, if you think that I'm doing the right thing, you can encourage me by liking on my page. Thank you.